Assalamu alaikum. Now we'll discuss motion. Okay. What do you mean by motion? Motion, when an object changes its place. When an object changes its place. Okay. Motion. Stress. That means, guys, if you look at the surrounding environment, you can see some objects are at rest and some objects are in motion. If you look at in this room, you can see fan, wings of the fan are in motion. And if you look at chair, table, they are at rest. That means chair and table are not changing its place. But the fan, each wings of the fan is changing its place. That means motion means when an object changes its place. Guys, if you look at outside of this class, you can see rickshaw is moving. That is, rickshaw is an object. It's an object and it changes its position. If you look at the private car, you can see private car is changing its position. It's a test. If you look at our world, this world is rotating around the sun. That means our world is an object and it is changing its place. Assalamu alaikum. This is Muhammad Gyashuddin. Welcome to the GFC school. Guys, today I'll discuss speed. Okay. Speed. In fact, what do you mean by speed? Guys, speed means how fast something moves. Speed means how fast something moves. Okay, fine. If you look at my cycle, is the speed of my cycle is greater than speed of private car? Could anybody tell me? Could anybody tell me? Is the speed of my cycle is greater than speed of any private car? Obviously, the speed of the private car is more than cycle. That's why you understand the fastness of the private car is more than the bicycle. That we wanna make you understand that private car moves faster than bicycle. Guys, just now you've understood speed, how fast something moves. We can determine the speed of any object, of any vehicle. Guys, the speed we can determine by the formula which is as like as this. Speed equal to distance over time. Distance over time. By this formula, you can determine speed of any vehicle, of any object. For example, you have walked 10 meters in 2 seconds. Suppose you have walked 10 meters in 2 seconds. In 2 seconds. Now, could you tell me what's the speed used? Very simple. Just follow this formula. speed equal to distance over time. You have walked 10 meter in 2 seconds. That means in this line, time and distance have been given. Okay, so we can apply this formula. We can apply this formula. Distance equal to, speed equal to distance. Yeah, distance 10 meter and equal time 2 seconds. That means 5 meter per second is the speed use. Okay, very simple. This formula is equal to distance over time. Distance over time, and the unit of the speed is meter per second. This is the speed. Okay, the totally what we have got how fast something moves is equal to distance over time, and we have walked or you have walked 10 meter in 2 seconds. The speed equal to 10 meter over 2 seconds equal to 5 meter per second. Guys, this is the way of determining the speed of anything. Thanks a lot. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. This is Muhammad Gyashuddin. Welcome to the GFC school. Guys, now I'll discuss force. What do you mean by force? Force actually push and pull on an object. Force. What is force? Force is a push or pull. Okay, a force is a push or pull on an object. A force is a push or pull on an object. Suppose this is pen. Okay, I can show the example of force by pushing and pulling. Push means such way, push. Okay, and pull means you can pull somewhere. Look, we can give a lot of examples. If you go to market, mall, sometimes you push and pull the door or gate of the market. With the pushing or pulling, you can't get entry. Okay, suppose we can show the push and pull by drawing this door. Okay, so force is a push or pull on an object. Another definition I could give you: force is an external action which tries to stop a moving body and tries to make moving a still body. Force is a push and pull on an object, and there are some effects of force. Do you know those effects of force? What does force do? Do you know? And can you give me 3 examples related to force surrounding environment? Force can move something that stills. Force can move something that stills. Force can move something. Move something that is still. Force can move something that is. Force can stop something that is moving. Force can stop something that is moving. What does force do? Force can force can change the direction of something. Okay, force can change the direction of something. Example, I have given three example: pushing a book on a table. Pushing, actually, our camera is at high, that's why I can't show you any book which I am pushing on the table. Just you can do this practically in your classroom or in your living room. Just keep a book on the table and try to push that book on the table. That is actually force. Force means push at. If you something push, that means force. If you pull something, that is force. Daily, in our daily life, we use force for doing a lot of work. I could give you a lot of examples. For example, you are drawing a drawer of your table, but you are brushing your teeth by a brush. This also a force. Push, pull, push, pull. This way you can brush your teeth daily without giving the force on the brush. You can't brush your teeth. So force is very essential in our daily life. If you wanna go outside, you have to push and pull your door. Or the pushing or pulling your door, you can go out or come in. A lot of example. Okay, guys. Force means push or pull on something. What does force do? Force can move something that is still. Force can stop something that is moving. Force can change the direction of something. For example, pushing the book on the table. That's all today. That's our school and coaching is offering you 7 days free classes. Please grab it. Hurry up and join with us. If any students can bring 3 students 1 month long, you'll get free. Please come and visit our school and course. Assalamu alaikum, dear Facebook friends. So now I'll say friction. In fact, what do you mean by friction? Friction. Okay, you know what's the name? What's the quantity name of this friction? Guys, in my last class I said about force. It's a force. Friction is a force. But is it our good force? Is it our bad force? Which one? Evil force. Okay. Friction is a force, and it actually resists the motion of any object. It's moving to surface. Suppose this is a block and it's moving on the surface. Okay. This surface will resist this block. Okay. Then that force we call friction. This block is moving on this surface, This surface will resist the motion of this block. That means between the two surfaces there is created a force which acts opposite to the motion of this block. Here created this frictional force. Okay, the space between the block and the surface, and that force resists this block's motion. Actually, it is opposite force like this way, and this motion along this way. This force we call friction force. Frictional force. Okay, guys, it's actually slows down the motion of the body. This frictional force slows down this block's motion. Okay, slows down, and actually this example I've given. You can give another example. If you rub your hand, you will see there is created heat. There is generated heat. Why heat generated? Because there is a frictional force. There is a due to the frictional force, there is generated heat. Here an example I have given. This block is in motion along this direction, but this is the opposite force which tries to resist the motion of this block. That is frictional force. Friction force is the force that resists motion when two surfaces touch. Okay, it slows down moving things. Moving things. Okay, it slows down moving things. Rubbing hands generates heat due to friction. Now, if we say we have applied force 10 Newton on this block, but there is a frictional force which amount is 10 Newton. What is the amount of net force? Net force amount is 10 minus 100 minus 10. That means 19 Newton. Guys, let's try to understand. We have given an example. Okay, friction force that resists motion on two surfaces touch. It slows down moving things. Example, rubbing hands generates heat due to friction. Okay, thanks a lot. Now we'll discuss mass. Okay, a timber mass. Actually, mass is how much amount, how much matter, stuff an object has. How much mass is how much matter. Okay, how much matter or stuff an object, or how much amount. Mass is how much matter or stuff an object has. Yes, that is mass. And we measured in kilograms. We measured kilograms. This unit is kilograms. And another point we can draw: more mass. More mass means more harder to move or push something. More mass means harder to pull something. Okay, more mass means harder to push or pull something. Okay, guys. Mass is how much matter stuff an object has, and is measured in kilograms, kg. More mass means harder to push or we can give an example. Look, movements. Okay, movements. Look, here this is small ball. It means 5 kg, 5 kg. And a ball. This is 30 kg. Okay, here it would be more harder to push or pull. Okay, and since its mass is less, that means it needs less hard to push up. More mass means harder to push or push. Okay, this is more mass based object, so to push or pull is harder. It's less mass based object. To push or pull is less hard. It's more harder. It's actually easy. Okay. Thanks a lot. Assalamu alaikum. Now I will say about weight. What do you mean? Weight is a force. Okay, due to gravity. Weight is a force due to gravity. How heavy something will determine by weight. Guys, weight means force. The earth takes us by amount of force. That amount is weight. That amount is weight. We determine the weight by the unit Newton. Weight means force due to gravity. Okay, due to gravity. Or we could say how heavy something, how heavy something, how heavy something, how heavy, how heavy something. Okay, how heavy something. And we measure it by Newton unit. Newton unit. Okay, we measure by Newton, and there is a formula by which we can determine weight. What's that? What is that formula? That formula equal to mgh. Formula equal to mgh. Weight. Here, English word weight. From that word, we have taken W. What means mg? Here, acceleration due to acceleration due to gravity. Here, G means acceleration due to gravity, and M means mass. M means mass of the object. Mass of an object. Okay, and it's the weight of that object. Okay, it's weight of that object. Weight. W is just weight of the object. So, if I say an object mass has 10 kilogram, what will be the weight? What will be the weight? An object has mass. An object has a mass 10 kg. What will be its weight? Okay, we know weight equal to W equal to mg. Okay, here m means 10 kg and g means 9.8, 10 to the power meter squared. Okay, Answer 98. 98 Newton. 98 is the weight, but mass here 10 kg. Have you understood the difference between weight and mass? Okay, thank you.